Hi, my name is Dan Hopman. I'm one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District. We're going to take a look at Kahoot, which is a great way to pre-assess content before you go and teach it. The reason I like Kahoot is because number one, it's fun for the kids. They just get a kick out of it, but also the fact that the questions are all customizable. So depending on what you're teaching and the content, you can actually go through and edit those questions or make them directly for whatever you're teaching. So let's go find some content. I've already logged in. I'm going to go ahead and discover, and I'm going to find a Kahoot about the water cycle. If I have kids who already know about the water cycle, I might be able to accelerate their learning to something with more enrichment, more projects, and then keep the ones that don't know that much about the water cycle and teach them more directly. So I'm going to go with, I believe, this one because there's only 10 questions. So here are the questions. I'm going to show the answers. So water that falls from the sky in the form of rain, sleet, hail, or snow, precipitation. To go up would be to rise. When liquid turns into a gas and rises in the air, vapor. So all these seem like they're really good questions to use. So I'm going to go ahead and use this test. I don't see any that I need to edit. From here, I can do one of two things. I can play this as an entire class. So if I hit play, it will take me to the actual game. So I can choose whether it's one-to-one, player versus player, or if I don't have one-to-one in my classroom, team mode, and then set up the game options as I want to see. Or I can challenge my students. So let's say that by Monday at 12 noon, I want to find out if my kids know how the water cycle works. And so I can use Google Classroom to share that to my students. And so when I do that, here it is, I'm sharing the classroom. I can choose the classroom I want to give it to, and I can create the assignment and go. And so now I can create that assignment. The students would click here to go in, and they're good to go. Or I can also just put it up on my bulletin board and give them the pin or the link itself. So again, just a real simple way of getting information about your kids, finding out what they know, and looking at the reports. So if I look at reports, let me go back to home, and I'll go back to reports. I can take a look at all the different assessments that I've given. Like here's one I gave, whether or not wild weather. I can see how my kids did. I have my accuracy percentage. I've got how many finished, how many did not finish, how many still need help, and how many difficult questions there are. So I can actually see how they did. In this case, my class did fairly well. 74% accuracy. 2 that haven't finished yet, or I have none that haven't finished yet, excuse me. None need help. And there were 3 difficult questions. I can see how they did overall. And so just a really good way about checking for understanding and seeing how your kids did as a class on each section. So again, Kahoot as a pre-assessment.